Hey guys, I'm back to do another video, and this one is on your favorite Cape Crusader, Batman. I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite Batman stories of all time, Batman Arkham Asylum. No, not the video game. I'm talking about the comic book from 1989 by Grant Morrison and Dave McKean. The game is loosely based off it, and the comic has Batman go into a criminal-run Arkham Asylum. This story is unique in so many ways, from a pedophile Mad Hatter to an emotionally unstable Batman. There's a lot to talk about, so stick around. There will be spoilers, so stop now if you don't want to hear. My name is Heroic Ideas, also known as Giles, and let's get started. Batman Arkham Asylum is a book riddled with symbolism and psychology. Every character in it is twisted and different. Batman is angrier and more unhinged, and his villains are more heinous than ever before. Mad Hatter is portrayed as a pedophile. Clayface is described by the writer, Grant Morrison, as AIDS walking. And Two-Face is given tarot cards by his doctors in an attempt to make him sane, but all it does is leave the villain overwhelmed by the amount of options it gives him. He's unable to even go to the bathroom without consulting the cards first. Throughout the story, we see Batman struggle with his internal conflict of whether he's better than the criminals he puts away. Alongside this, we experience the story of Amadeus Arkham, who founded the asylum decades before Batman ever existed. Both characters are surrounded by madness and try to figure out how it plays into their lives. Amadeus Arkham was a man that wanted to help the criminally insane. His own mother suffered from some sort of mental disorder, and he was forced to kill her because of it. This event would almost be like a rebirth for him, and would lead him to create Arkham Asylum so he could help the insane. He believed they could be cured, and it was his job to do it. The first patient he brought in, though, killed his entire family. This was the start of Amadeus' descent into madness. Slowly but surely, Amadeus would question if he was sane until slowly but surely, he accepted it. He would die feeling free because he let go of his sanity. This is something that's also seen in Batman's side of the story. Batman's madness and his fight against it is influenced by psychoanalytic theory. Keep listening, guys, trust me, I'm getting somewhere. For those that don't know, psychoanalytic theory is a concept created by Austrian neurologist Sigmund Freud. Freud is known as father of psychoanalysis because of his ideas. He believed the mind was made up of three parts: id, ego, and superego. Id is the part of personality that is driven by instinctual needs, such as sex or hunger. It's your base desires, basically. The superego is the part of the personality that tries to live up to morality and adhere to social standards. The ego is the one that finds the balance between id and superego and determines which goals of each are possible to achieve. Grant Morrison uses psychoanalytic theory to create depth to the story and the characters. The entire comic represents Batman's internal struggle with himself. He constantly wonders if he's any more sane than the criminals he fights. Throughout the story, we begin to realize that Arkham and its patients represent the id part of Batman. This is first shown when Batman meets Mad Hatter, and the creepy villain says, "Sometimes I think the asylum is my head. We're inside a huge head that dreams us into being. Perhaps it's your head, Batman." This is Morrison telling us that the Arkham represents the mind of Batman, and it houses the dark, corrupt villains. They represent Bruce's id, his core instincts, his darkest desires. If the patience of Arkham represents Bruce's id, then the mission mantle of Batman represents Bruce's superego. Batman is the morality that Bruce desperately tries to cling to despite the id he has part of him. By the end of the story, Bruce comes to terms with the idea of him being like the criminals. He accepts that there are dark things in his mind. Bruce does the insane thing and he fully embraces his superego, Batman, and continues to fight crime despite being like the people he takes down. This is the truly mad thing about Batman. He's going to continue to fight against the gnawing part of his head that thinks like the Joker, by embracing the insane idea that he can fight against it. By the end of the story, Batman embraces his madness and frees himself from the prison known as sanity, just like Amadeus Arkham, and just like Two-Face at the end of the story when he gets rid of his tarot cards that were supposed to help him keep him sane. Batman Arkham Asylum is an intense story with loads more to unpack, but this small part says so much. The story shows that Batman is no different from people like the Joker, yet still so much better. Thanks to everyone that watched. I hope this turned out well. I'm not 100% sure if I got the points across, but I tried my best. If you guys have any other thoughts or disagree with how I interpreted the story, then comment below. I would love to discuss this with you guys. Anyways, please make sure to like and subscribe because it helps me out. Show this to a friend or a fan of the game or Batman in general. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Adios.